Hello and welcome to round 2 of the World Championship of Guild Ball. We have 2 matches going on. It is the Alchemists versus Morticians and Morticians versus Morticians.
It is indeed. So welcome back everyone to STEAMCON 2016 live as we're presenting the finals here for the, semifinals this round for the World Championship. I'm going to go ahead and describe Table 1 for you. We've got Steve Newton's Morticians. And he is running Obulus, Dirge, Mist, Silence, Avarice and Greed, and Casket, which is the same that he ran last round.
Yep.
He is facing off against Jordan Nach, who is running Obulus, Dirge, Silence, Rage, Avarice and Greed, but he has swapped out from Casket over to Ghast for this particular matchup.
So, very similar list, just the one change in players there, is it?
Between the two, yeah, very similar lists.
So, see who triumphs, Casket or Ghast?
Yeah. Well, we know who triumphs in the story. The one who's not dead.
The one who's not dead, yeah. Well, there's not much of Casket in the story, really.
That's true, so yeah.
Maybe Season 3 gets a bit more. But
it's because of that horrific odor.
Yeah, everyone stays away from him.
Yeah, well, Sherwin does.
Yeah. So, with quite a similar matchup, I guess both players going for the exact same thing. I mean, Steve seems to be a bit more on the denial side with Casket, make it a bit harder to get the things that Jordan wants to do.
Well, you also have the difference between Mist and Rage.
Oh, was that in there as well?
Yep.
I missed that.
Or did I miss that? Nope. Steve has Mist in his list, where Jordan has Rage in his list.
Oh, okay, so Jordan's definitely going to be going for takeouts, probably tooling up Obulus, going in, trying to kill someone, definitely.
Rage and Ghast on the one side, and the differential being Mist and Casket on the other.
Yep.
So a bit more football-y versus a bit more killy.
Yes, definitely. And, yeah, Steve Newton's Morticians definitely on the denial side of things with Caskets, Foul Loader, Ghostly Visage.
Right.
Def 5 with Mist, denying the sort of easy hits, playing football, possibly taking the ball away with Mist and playing the game he wants to play.
Right.
And over on Table 2, we see the Morticians versus the Alchemists. And here, we see from Tim W., who is the German national champion, he's bringing Obulus, Dirge, Rage, Mist, Avarice and Greed, and Silence. Now, is that the same?
Nope. We still have not seen exactly the same list played at the same time because he's got Rage from Jordan's comparable list and he's got Mist from Steve's comparable list. So,
he's taking the
little
best of
differences each time, which is good to see. A lot of good players on Morticians and just in general, so plenty of choices for people to make.
Yep. And for Stephen Easton, he has taken the same as round 1. So that is Smoke, Flask, Hemlock, Decimate, Mercury,
and Vitriol.
So, again, we're probably going to see him want to put the condition game out.
Yep.
Deny MP, maybe trigger Rigor Mortis early to try and get rid of the conditions, and then he can reapply them and have Rigor Mortis be out of the game. So, be an interesting game. Players are just kicking off currently, so I guess we can move over into Table 2 and watch the Alchemist kick off.
Looks like kicking it to the bird.
Yep. So Steve Easton there definitely set up sort of a refused flank almost. He's gone heavily onto one side of the board where the fast ground is.
Yeah, which certainly fits in with, well,
I guess
we'll see if he can make them clump up like the Fishermen clumped up last round as the Morticians kind of come to center and come to that side of the table.
Yeah, I mean, if they want the ball and they want to fight, they're going to have to go over that way. So it'll be interesting to see if they sort of play into the Alchemist's hands, as it were, and do them coming close together. And over on Table 1, it looks like we've already kicked off. It looked like Obulus kicked off. If we can change over onto Table 1.
So Jordan Nach's Obulus kicked it off very central.
Very central indeed, and we can tell the difference between these two Morticians teams. Obviously, we've got the black and yellow, who cares who wins, Steve Newton, Obulus. And on the opposite side, we've got the American Obulus.
Right. Mostly darker players there in general, and then the American flag Obulus captain.
Yep.
Jordan is our U.S. Nationals champion, playing against our Golden Goal winner, who played through how many rounds yesterday?
5 rounds yesterday.
5 rounds yesterday
on Friday,
to come out as the champion there.
So, yeah, obviously, both very good Obulus players. Obulously, very good Obulus.
Yeah.
To get it in.
That one was ghastly.
No. Silence. So yeah, a big stack on Newton's Obulus, and we'll see how we start things off.
Doesn't look like. Well, Jordan's Jordan's got to have his tokens for influence somewhere there. It looks like he might have a whole lot on Obulus too.
I think we've got a lot on Obulus there.
Yeah, a little harder to make out on the camera with them stacked the way they are.
Yep. Looks like 2 stacks of 4, maybe 2 stacks of 3. The rest of the team seem to be pretty healthy.
Moving on up to
the turn 1 jockeying for position.
Yep.
Pick the ball up.
Grab the ball and oh, I don't think he even passed it. I think he just dropped it there.
Just dropped it. Make sure it's safe.
Drop pass.
Yeah.
Or drop snap.
Drop snap.
Over to Obulus.
Tim, we said, went for 7 on Obulus on the other table, and 6 influences gone onto Smoke.
So everyone heavy on the captains for turn 1 here.
Yeah.
Greed sprinting for the corner. Well, jogging technically,
yeah.
but
Heading
heading there quickly.
Yeah. As quick as his little legs will let him. It's something I always forget with Greed, is that he's got Where'd They Go.
Yeah.
And he can be surprisingly fast and deadly.
Yeah. Well, and surprisingly decent at getting a goal kick.
Yeah.
Or a shot on goal.
I really like the big league campaign ability, the plot card, where you get to kick Greed up the pitch.
Oh, uh-huh.
From Avarice, and then he gets to place there with an influence on him.
Which ties into our STEAMCON release, Avarice and Greed, where you can see Avarice giving the little guy a punt.
Punt up the pitch, and then Greed landing, legs in the air, head in the ground.
Were you able to pick one of those up?
I will do, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I think I missed my chance, but hopefully lots of you listening were able to pick it up in the locker room.
Yep.
Or here at the show. We've got a room set up here where people are watching us along with you guys who are watching from home.
Yeah. On that point, if you did buy during the locker room, there were a few hiccups we know about. Obviously, our entire team is here at SteamCon. If you've emailed in, we will be responding Monday morning. So we've got Obulus coming forwards.
Getting within puppet range of...
is
it Ghast?
Yes,
I think it's Ghast.
This is the near enough same, except the big guys have swapped around.
Right.
This Puppet Master, successful. Spends 1, gains 1.
And Ghast is
it's
attacking
Ghast
Obulus?
An attack against the American Obulus.
Yep. So...
and the knockdown.
Chose knockdown. Interesting.
Very good. I guess it puts Obulus out of sort of threat range for quite a lot of things. Turn 1.
Unless he can get some momentum somehow. It seems like a difficult task at this point with the board position, though.
Yeah, he's not got the ball. He doesn't really have the speed too much to get up into the yellow Mortician's face.
Unless he can secretly somehow give Silence the ability to generate momentum at range.
Yeah.
Turn him into a hunter or an engineer.
Yep. Suddenly turn on Momentous Inspiration.
Yep. That would do the trick.
And it looks like we're going to make a pass with a bonus time. Back to Casket, maybe? Or over to Mist. Oh, he fails it.
I'm guessing Mist.
I guess it would make more sense with Mist, wouldn't it? So... For anyone who isn't aware, I believe Steve uses the yellow for direction. So 4-4. Fortunately, I could be wrong there, and there would be no difference. So. Yeah, he was trying to pass to Silence by the looks of it. But he intercepts it anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah, with direction 4, you're going to wind up with anyway, but does not get the momentum, which would have been helpful.
Yeah. Probably wants that momentum, so when he passes to Mist, Mist can make the 4-inch dodge. So that's that 1 in the bank.
And then to have that leftover momentum for later.
Yeah. Which means he now has to try and generate it elsewhere. I mean, there could be a pass to Avarice. Avarice walks over and then drop snaps it over to Mist. You could do it that way. It's just
but that's still one momentum
true.
from
Very
passing
true,
or that more interesting passing.
Yeah, yeah.
Silence coming up.
Or is it Casket's time to shine?
Casket's over there.
Yeah, but he could walk over, pass it. Some shenanigans.
Not the best
optimal
footballer
play.
out there, yeah. Yeah, it might be worth doing though
I
to
believe
get that last point of momentum.
Is Casket not a 2-6, or is he a 1-6? Am I making that up?
Gast is a 1-6. Casket
definitely.
is a 2-6. Yeah.
Casket is a 2-6,
Yep.
so he could do it, but it would be a very telegraphed plan.
Yeah, I think at this point
It's the
you
only
can
plan.
kind of give that away.
Yeah.
Because that is the plan at the moment.
Yeah. Looks like we got an embalming fluid instead, unless there's 3 on him. Going for the knockdown obulus and rage.
Should be able to hit both of those models. We're needing 4s on a couple of dice there.
4's on rage and 3's on knockdown.
Oh, yeah,
obulus.
knockdown. Yep,
So
yep.
you'd hope to get them.
Yeah, certainly
Definitely the 3's. You'd really
certainly,
want
yeah, he wants Obulus.
I mean, the fire really reduces rage's potential.
Right.
So
Not sure who
no
that.
rage yet.
Oh.
So guess them both by the looks of it.
Yep.
Fire on both. 2 damage on each. No, 1 damage from embalming fluid, isn't it?
The
Yeah, it's 1 damage from
character
embalming
play
fluid.
itself is the one, yeah.
And then it becomes a poison cloud now.
Yep.
Also known as the confusing AoE.
Did I say that to you earlier? Because I say the same
Oh
thing.
no, it's just it is the confusing AoE. Yeah. It's fire now. It's poison later.
And in Season 3, we chose to just pick one and leave the other out.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. And it's the fiery blast that got picked, wasn't it, at the end? And I think that plays into the Mortician theme a little bit stronger, that they are controlling, so they will slow you down with an ability rather than poison, which is just raw damage.
Yep. Got Obulus moving?
It looked like it.
Oh, he passed back
Passed
to
back to
Obulus, made a 4-inch dodge.
Right, that makes more sense. When the players don't move the ball initially to the target they go into, it can be quite confusing when trying to track what's happening.
Do we want to head over to the Alchemist Mortician game for a little bit? See what's going on over there?
So if we go over to table 2. Wow. Messy board again. So Alchemists haven't progressed much up the pitch, but have put out a lot of AoE. Well, 2
Sure
AoEs
have.
so far.
Well,
Looks like,
and in those positions, though, that's covering a lot of board area for sure around that outhouse.
yeah. And from the widgets there, it almost looked like, is there a potential smoke legendary to take out greed? I mean, if smoke can put out that legendary and then alchemy breeze it onto greed, he takes 3 damage and then 2 from poison, and he just dies with no response.
I think Greed's there along the back by the goal.
Greed's on the back, but I believe there were some widgets out there measuring. Cloud
Gotcha.
Is it worth it?
That seems like a bold move. Yeah. Would you put smoke that far forward?
Not this turn.
No.
Potentially next, when you could walk forwards, legendary, do it, and then cloud jump away.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Use the cloud jump for defense rather than offense.
Looks like we've got Obulus activating, maybe?
We'll see when he moves his arm out of the way. Yeah, that's Obulus, definitely. Definitely, he's also been tooled up by the looks of things. That's what the red token was in the last game for him, from the Butcher's token set.
Checking some distances over to... is that Vitriol?
He's converted some of his characters. So
I think it's Vitriol.
Yeah, I think it's Hemlock.
You think it's Hemlock?
I think it's Hemlock.
Oh, yeah, because Hemlock has a
sort
spear in... Yep, you are right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
She's got her...
He's converted her to have a different hairstyle and be holding a spear rather than her ivy.
Yep.
Doesn't help the commentating when this...
Oh, yeah, because Vitriol's there at the bottom.
Yep.
If you glance at her on your screen, she's doing kind of a leap.
Leaping up against a wall.
Yep.
Then obviously we've got Mercury in the centre with his flame, Smoke next door, Flask hiding out behind.
Obulus has called Hemlock to come on over
And
and starts
hitting.
hitting her in the face.
Nothing on that first roll. 6 dice, nothing. 1 hit. I assume we go for Momentous Dodge.
5 defense can make such a big difference.
Yeah. I remember the dark days when she was defense 6 natively and would be all over the pitch just tanking everything.
Which was not really the intended role for her at all.
At all. She became sort of this super striker rather than defensive midfielder. And the simple change of 6 down to 5 and the eventual change to blind really put her back into a position that she should be playing in.
Mm-hmm. Getting some clarification on, is that missed there?
It looks like missed with a clear run on goal. Talking about where they go.
Yep.
Running forwards and whatnot.
And on 4 influence, that is
a very coverable bit.
Basically a goal.
Yeah. You would expect, as long as you've got momentum, which she just generated from the 1-inch dodge. It looks to be one of the last activations.
Yeah, they're certainly heading into the very tail end of turn 1 here.
Yeah.
Looks like Dirge is on fire.
Yep. So you can assume that's 2 damage, then 1 in the maintenance. So it puts him down to 2 left.
Definitely a way to bring the activations back to parity, because you've still got Greed over there, but without Dirge. Oh, until he gets rebuilt.
Yes, yeah. But that's if he doesn't. I've seen quite a few Morticians players have the option to bring out Creation, but just don't do it because they don't want to spend the momentum. Like, even though the Morticians can take their opponents and generate it reasonably easy themselves, it's still such a valuable resource that you're like, well, I've still got Greed, so I'm not actually down in activation currently.
Yeah, it is a bit expensive. We were mentioning some of the Season 3 changes earlier. One of those is that Creation is now a heroic play.
Yeah.
So it is just 1 momentum instead of 2. Should make some more opportunities for people to take advantage of using Creation to bring a mascot back in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Whereas other mascots can return to the pitch even if they are taken out, but at the edge of the field like normal.
And you know off the top of your head if they come back with full, or is it at the Icy Sponge level?
I believe it's full.
It's full. So definitely worthwhile spending 1 MP to...
Yeah.
Whereas if you brought it back normally, you'd probably spend the 1 MP to heal it. You heal it and get it back in the fray.
Yep. It's also got more potential in terms of things like, well, which you can do in Season 2 as well, but dropping the mascot down for a gang up or something.
Yes, yeah.
Spending 1 momentum for that is often quite worth it.
Well, it's worthwhile, especially if it's your... Let's say you've got 4 influence, you spend 1 attack, get your momentum, bring the bird in, or bring whatever back in.
Right.
Then for your next 3 attacks, you've got that, and that's effectively a bonus time.
Right, on every one of the rolls.
So you've saved yourself, technically, 2 MP by spending 1.
And whatever it was worth you to bring the guy back.
Especially, yeah. Especially since they don't... They do give VPs now, that changed. That's gonna be and they don't even give VPs back, but that's a Season 2 thing.
Well, and you've got Cosset now has flank with Dirge.
Yeah.
So you can help out future activations as well. Definitely worth thinking about Creation a bit more, I think, in Season 3 than we've seen it in Season 2.
Yeah, definitely. Assist
for Season 2.
Yeah.
It's, sorry. Yes.
Attack support in Season 2.
Attack support to
in
assist. Yeah. Thank you.
That's okay, no worries.
Oh, here comes another plot card.
Oh, so it looks like Smoke's actually doing the do. Looks like
Interesting.
Cloud jumped to this position where the orange placeholder is, sprinted forwards, because that looks about 6 inches, and she's only got 4-6.
Yep.
And he's going for the legendary and take out Greed. And assuming this is going to be one of the last activations, that's probably going to be a dead Greed. She's going to hit. Oh. She's charged. Charged, missed.
Grab the ball.
Grab the ball. Potentially a shot on goal? Oh, counterattack, yeah.
Potentially, though.
Could do it again.
Yeah. Depends on how he wants to try and play it out.
Yeah.
Smoke is a good kicker, even
Oh,
with
yeah.
that engaged
4-6,
element.
definitely. So I assume that template that's just been put down there is the legendary play. See if we can get any word from our guys outside. Yep. So we just had confirmation that it was a smoke jump, charge into mist counters. Smoke takes the ball, mist takes it back, and this looks like the legendary going down currently. So we've got one AoE down on Greed, one in his hand to be placed down elsewhere.
3 influence remaining, I believe, is what he was just showing us there.
Yep. I guess the thing is, like, where do you place this? You're only going to be hitting 1, maybe 2 if you get it in where he's putting it there.
Well, I know where he wishes it would go.
Yeah.
On Dirge.
It's right on Dirge, but yeah.
But that's not going to reach, not even close.
But I guess it's the question of how do you deal with your damage? You just put it on the most models possible so you get the most benefit of your legendary, or is there a better target out there? I mean, putting it on Rage and Obulus isn't a terrible choice.
Yeah.
And we've had confirmation that there is 3 influence left on Smoke, so there's still time to draft the AoE Cloud onto Greed to kill him off in the maintenance phase, tackle and have a shot on goal. Yeah, so confirmation there, Legendary and Breeze onto Greed, and then Legendary also to hit Rage and Obulus. And
the influence cost might be too high, but I kind of wonder about putting it on Silence and then Chemical Breezing over to Dirge. I think that would be just enough to kill Dirge. Oh, I think that's what he's doing.
That's what he's just done, yeah.
I think that would be a good idea.
Good to know we're on the same wavelength as the players out there. So he's done that. He's got 1 influence left. I guess that would just be spent for an attack. Oh, a Smoke Cloud. Interesting. Can only Cloud jump once per turn.
With Mist not having activated yet.
I think there's smart choices to... Well,
I
personally... Yeah, you'd be at 3 dice, needing 5. She tackles on 2 hits.
Yeah, it is tough.
It's tough, but I think it's better than putting down a Smoke Cloud somewhere.
Might have a plan for that Smoke Cloud that we just don't see, but yeah, I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah. Right, just had confirmation it's still 0-0 in the other game. Yeah? What just happened here?
That's a good question.
I think I've missed something there.
I think I've missed something too.
If she
Mist is now activating.
Yeah. It's not the unpredictable movement, because that's when you end your activation, end your advance. She cloud jumped, charged in. She has no dodges on her playbook. She's a pusher.
No,
she's
no dodges.
Too maneuverable. I don't understand how she's got around the other side of Mist. Maybe if you put in chat on Twitch, if you can figure out how that's happened for us. Here we go. Smoke had second wind put on her earlier in the turn.
Okay.
That's what we've missed.
That was before we switched over to this game. Sorry, folks.
Sorry, folks, there.
Second wind.
Second wind allows you another advance.
Right.
Obviously done it to put themselves in front of Mist and just make the attempt on goal that little bit more difficult.
Looks still like didn't fully stop the goal though.
No.
Because here we've got Mist in position.
Yeah. With where they go, engaging doesn't really mean anything.
Second wind does put Smoke a bit farther from some of the Morticians.
It does, especially the more fighty ones. Like, actually, it puts her. She's got unpredictable movement, so Avarice going after her is not terrible. Rage wouldn't go after her straight away.
Right.
Silence is too far away, so it would be Obulus who's the threat initially. Tim's missed scores there, so it's 4-0 to Tim. As was expected, really, with Mist with 4 and the ball at the end of the turn, you can expect a missed score, especially when he's that bit further up the field.
Yeah, when Mist doesn't have the ball, it's a bit of a gamble. When Mist has the ball, it's probably 4 points. Out into left field.
Yeah.
Over towards all those alchemists.
To all the alchemists.
Potentially trying to get it over to Vitriol.
Yep.
Vitriol is way on the wing.
Yep. So you see there, we've taken off Greed and Dirge, both died in the maintenance phase. Kick out the ball now. So it's currently 4-4.
Back to 4-4.
Yeah, back to
and
4-4.
Not triggering any of the annoying aspects of Dirge.
No, with the...
because it was condition damage rather than an attack.
Yep. So an interesting place for the game to be in.
Yeah,
Obviously,
tied up.
tied
Beginning of turn 2 with already 4-4.
Yeah, and Alchemists have gained the activation advantage by taking out Greed, who puts you on to 7, and then Dirge brings them down to 5 now. So we'll have to see whether Silence does bring it back to, if it matters enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, whilst they start off with Influence, should we go back onto table 1, see what's happening over there?
I think Hemlock's in a precarious position.
Yeah, with Rage and Obulus staring down her
Yeah.
face. Right, so back onto table 1. We've had word that Casket is on low health, 3 or 4 remaining, and he's in a bit of a bad place in the centre of the pitch there. Surrounded by
a lot
what
of
looks like
enemy Morticians
all the
right
dark
around him.
Morticians,
Yeah.
and Rage with 1 influence on him.
Yep.
Right next to Silence there. He is burning, but that's close enough. He would be movement 5 down to
3 inches
3
plus the
inches.
1 inch melee zone.
4
I think
inches.
he's still got it.
It looks like it, and he's got enough momentum to glide if he needs to get through the rough ground.
Or to cancel the burning?
Or to cancel burning, probably, yeah. One or the other.
I'm going to cancel the burning if it's me.
Yeah, I think so. You get rid of the extra 1 damage. If Casket stood up, you might want to glide so you can remove conditions later on. In case you counter-attacks and knocks you down.
It's possible, yeah.
How about them apples?
Yeah, it's true. Always a lot of things to consider, for sure.
Glide seems to be one of those uses of momentum a lot of people tend to forget about because it doesn't come up often.
Can be. Facing down a team that has either Casket or Fangtooth in it, in my experience, winds up forcing it to come up a bit more.
Yeah. Especially Fangtooth. I'm actually I'm not disappointed, shocked that there's no Fangtooths in the Mortician teams.
Yeah, not even on the
No,
rosters,
no.
much less on the table.
No. I mean, there was a period in England, especially, where Fangtooth was in pretty much every team he could be, well, Brewers, because they're already slow enough.
Yep.
But in the Fishermen, he popped up quite a lot just to be a tar pit. In the Morticians, he was there because he did the same as Casket, sort of. And then you had Gast for 2 unmaskings, which was pretty nasty.
Yeah, certainly in my area as well, I've seen people running the Casket and Fangtooth with just, we are going to bog you down if you don't glide or have some light-footed.
The Hunters don't care. The Shark doesn't care either. But
some of them.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
The ones you want.
Right. The ones who aren't going to just sit around and shoot you full of arrows.
Yeah.
We've got Obulus activating, I think.
So I'm just hearing from Perkins that Gast has attacked Avarice and Greed. However, I'm not sure Gast is actually in Steve Newton's lineup.
Well, but Avarice and Greed are in both lists.
Yes, true, yeah.
So Gast has knocked down Avarice.
The other thing I'm seeing is Avarice is back at the goalpost. So we're just having a bit of a confusion from the runners there. I think it means Casket.
That
would make a lot more sense.
Would make a lot more sense right here. Yeah, absolutely. Although Gast is
he's not, yeah,
trying to get it cleared up.
If we go back into table 2 with the Alchemists and Morticians, we just heard that Rage has charged Hemlock
Yep, we were talking about that just earlier, and here we see Hemlock's precarious position. How's that going to play out?
Yeah, I can't imagine her doing too well against Rage and Obulus nearby.
Right. So we've got a gang up die from Obulus, as well as Rage's.
Wow. That's 7 hits, 7 sixes on the World
That's
Championship
not what you want to
dice.
see with
That is
a
wrap.
5 defense model.
Can you imagine if you defensive stanced as well?
Wouldn't have made any difference.
No. Wow, that is a wrap.
That is a big, big hit right there.
That'd be, that surely spells her death.
If not this attack, then the Berserk attack and additional. Yeah.
Now, if
So she's got. Looks like she's got 2 or 3 left.
yeah, if this Berserk attack kills her, it still has that one left. It can tool up Obulus, and Obulus can give this to someone else. Wow, 5 hits.
Wow.
That
big rolls from Rage there.
Rage doing the business, and then with that one left, I bet we're going to see, if that was one left there, a tool up.
We are kind of jumping in the middle, but we will see in just a moment.
Oh, Rage has killed Casket on the Mortician off table, so it's currently 2-0 to Jordan.
Yeah, we did see that Casket was going down soon somehow, so we've had on the one table,
Rage.
Hemlock just fell to Rage, and on the other, Casket.
That's what we were talking about in the first round, where Rage will just kill anyone, on his team or not.
Right.
I mean, he is one of those players who is a fantastic finisher, because he can put so much damage out that, you know, even if they're taking a bit of damage, he can probably go in and finish it off quite reliably.
Yeah.
And all
doesn't always take someone from fully healthy to nothing, but he will definitely get the job on finishing someone off.
Yeah. And he's so influence efficient as well. You know, he spends 5 in his turn, and you put 1 on him.
He also doesn't care about things like anatomical precision, and just has a decent health bar rather than relying on armor.
Yeah. He's 17 health?
I believe that's
17
right.
or 18.
Yeah.
I think 17 sounds right. 17, 4-0. I mean, when he gets knocked down...
Sure.
To any competent person who is... Oh, Steve. What are you doing, pal? 4 dice shot on what looks like goal. Scatters 6 and 6.
Way out.
That's definitely unfortunate for Steve. That's going to end up not off the pitch, but... Oh, maybe off the pitch.
Those are always rough to see. Those shots on goal with lots of dice that just don't connect.
Direction 6-4. He doesn't... 6 straight back towards... Oh, dear. With the 6 on the direction, 4 for distance, puts it right back at the...
The big gang of Morticians.
Oh, black must be direction. Because otherwise 6 would be down this way. So yeah, 4 is the opposite. Ouch, painful for Steve there. Lost Casket and did not get the goal.
That's rough. Brings it to... Is it 6-0?
Still 2-0. But...
Right.
Yep.
A missed goal doesn't give your opponent 4.
No. It should do. Especially with 4 dice.
So rough.
Confirmation there, the ball has scattered onto Obulus on the opposing side.
Yeah, it looks like he actually had a couple of choices maybe and picked Obulus.
Yeah. Well, I think Obulus with that big stack.
Yeah. It's the right call.
He might now be able to go and score.
Depending on the situation, he might be able to go deal a whole bunch of damage or even do a takeout and score.
I mean, it's what Obulus is known for. There's Dirge spotting that, getting away.
Yep.
Wow.
Do you think he would have still pulled Dirge away in Season 3? You think so?
In Season 3, yes. I mean, 1 VP.
And the momentum swing.
And the momentum. Possibly not, no. I don't think so. But I think what Steve will be scared of here is, obviously with the ball just landing on Obulus and him not scoring 4, would have been Obulus running forward, taking out Dirge, getting a goal. getting himself to 8 VPs against 0, and having to fight that really hard
Oh,
game.
yeah. In Season 2, I think it's a no-brainer. You got to pull Dirge away.
Yeah.
In Season 3, I think you might even almost use him as a speed bump.
Yeah, just fly him into everything. Like, if you want this kill, you can do it here, but...
Right, but you're not
can't.
getting the goal.
Yeah.
So now he's got to go for silence. Much tougher target than Dirge.
Using the ball as a target there. So, ball's not been released out. It's still on Obulus. Just
It's a
using
proxy
it as
base.
proxy, yeah.
Does not look like he is going to get close enough to the goal with this run.
No,
it's possible. It's
he
possible.
He can always dodge and Puppet Master himself. So we see here 8 influence activation coming up. So he confidence himself, charged in, looking for 5s.
I keep losing track with the way he stacks his influence.
Yeah.
That is a full stack. So then, yeah, it is very possible.
Yeah.
Generating up some momentum.
Yep. He's got 3 momentum. Now likely to Puppet Master himself forwards, get the 1 influence back, take the shot on goal. And that'll take him to 6-0.
Yeah, and he's been reliably rolling at least 2 successes on each of these attacks.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean a great deal for Obulus. He wants 1 hit or 3 hits for the 1 momentous dodge or 2 momentous damage. But the double dodge is there available.
It's hard to tell exactly how much he's going to need to get into position for the kick.
Doesn't actually,
if he even goes for it. No,
yeah,
he's not going for it.
Not going for it.
I mean, part of it, too, is do you kick through Avarice? Even with bonus time, you're looking at a 2-die kick.
2 dice, 4+. I guess if he's tooled up at all, he might be killing here.
Yeah, trying to take silence out of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, silence is looking
with the knockdown, he's clearly going for the takedown after it.
Sorry, I didn't see the knockdown token on silence there. Yeah, so that's 4s. Silence's card doesn't look too healthy.
Pass the ball to Gas. He'll get it done.
Yeah.
I think he might have just used the...
1-inch momentous dodge.
Maybe just the 1-inch dodge, yeah.
So that must be the end of turn, maybe?
So going to start out the turn on a pile of momentum, grab the initiative, finish off silence, maybe Puppet Master himself around Avarice to go for a 3-die goal.
Yeah, 3-die shot on goal. Yeah, looks to be in a strong place for the for Jordan Nack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big 8, Obulus. I guess this is now the question for Steve: is like, how much do you put on silence knowing he's going to die?
I think not a lot.
Yeah, I think you don't put anything on him. Usually, you want to put some influence on to force
their hand.
Force the hand, but you know it's going to happen anyway, so there's no.
In this case, usually I put a decent chunk of influence out there when I'm forcing them to choose takedown or goal.
Yeah.
In the case where it's takedown and goal,
you're
not really forcing their hand as much.
No.
So he might get a tiny bit, but I can't imagine him getting a bunch.
No. All right, well, let's watch this.
We had an interesting occurrence over on the other table while we were chatting about this one.
Oh, yep.
Obulus actually used misdirection to pull a key influence off of Mercury that then will screw up some plans that were in place to try to ultimately get a goal with Vitriol, I think, or get Vitriol into position.
Yeah. It doesn't look like we're doing the... if we go back to the Obulus off, it doesn't look like we're doing Obulus first. It looks like we're going in with Rage first to finish off silence.
The job.
Yep.
Well, Obulus does have a lot of versatility, and there's only Obulus anywhere near that part of the table who can still reach him after triggering unpredictable movement.
Yep. So that's 4-0 now
to Jordan.
Jordan, yep. And with the remaining influence, he tools up Obulus.
Oh, wow.
So Obulus might be setting his sights on Dirge, but that looks a little bit too far away. So as Steve, you're looking at a 4-0 down currently.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great with silence just being taken out. It doesn't look out of reach either.
Not out of reach. What play do you go for here, do you think? Do you try to grab the ball?
Yeah, I think I should like towards Obulus. Point Master, grab the ball, dodge 4 inches, sprint 6, maybe a shot on goal, or after generating some momentum along the way.
Is there a good spot to do that?
I think yes. I think if you
without having rage in the way?
2 inches towards the wall, potentially walk 4 to the sort of the channel between the avarice and rage.
And use the dodge to engage rage, but then disengage with the dodge. Yeah, that seems like a good plan.
That'll generate you your point of momentum.
Yep.
Puppet Master to pass the ball to you 4 inches forwards.
The real problem will be is if Obulus misses the pass to Obulus.
2 dice.
I mean, we've seen 4 die shots on goal miss. Certainly,
yes,
2 die passes are no guarantee.
No, I was going to say 2 dice pass guaranteed. 4 dice shot on goal never works. What scores your VPs? The goal. That won't happen.
Yep. Yeah, I had that come up in a game recently where it's like, okay, here's a pass, 3 die pass, 6-6-5. Oh, great!
Yes.
Shot on goal, 5 dice. Nah, nothing.
Nothing.
It's also the way we our brains work, like how we remember it.
Yeah,
we don't remember all the stuff that's average.
Yeah.
We remember the stuff that's way out of average.
Yeah.
That crazy, amazing die roll with 7 out of 8 sixes that just happened, and then the 4 die shots on goal that none of them come up before or better.
So over on the other table, we've just had something in from our runners. Vitriol walked into Obulus. Smoke Clouds to put in the hidden damage.
Yep.
Attacks with 6 dice, gets 6 hits, does 4 damage, and then 3 damage on the wrap. So
Yeah,
that's
and
7 damage into Obulus.
It's also worth noting we can see there the burning condition on Obulus, which is letting Vitriol do her magic.
Yep. And he's also on. That's next season. He needs to be in cover for it to get hidden damage this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Obulus is left on 2 boxes. So he's
so
got burning
close.
On him. Be down to 1. It'll just take someone to go tickle him and take him out of the game.
Yeah, that initiative roll is going to be critical then.
Yeah.
An Obulus that doesn't activate versus one that does is such a big difference maker.
Yes.
We'll certainly see what we were talking about earlier with how much influence do you put on someone who may very soon suffer a takeout.
Yeah. Maybe Smoke's coming in to do the job. Smoke Cloud, charge in, just do it. Just don't take it down to chance.
That does seem like a good plan in this case. If you can take Obulus out, you definitely want to. Yep, so looks like it.
What just happened, though, is whilst we were talking, Mist, who was Tim's last activation, walked over to Flask, hit him for 3 MP, and healed Obulus back up to 6 boxes.
Well, that means Smoke probably cannot finish the job.
Can't finish the job, no.
Nah.
That's just out. That's completely out of her reach.
Does look like 2, if not 3, gang up dice.
Yep.
But, yeah, still not with her playbook.
I don't think we're going to see anything happen to Obulus at this point. However, over on the other table, it looks like Obulus's activation is starting currently.
All right, we're going to... Got a call from the runners. We're going to stick with the Alchemist Mortician game for the moment.
Yeah, we'll give you a play-by-play of what's happening over on the other table, though, until we get the cameras sorted. Someone just knocked it, so it's gone off tilt. It looks like Obulus has spent 5 influence, so we would expect some attacks going his way.
Some high die rolls there. That while they're fixing this camera, we'll get you over to the action on that one in a second.
Yeah.
But a big activation. Carefully considering how to make the most of his last resources here.
So
he does
like
make the Puppet Master pass, and it is successful.
Has been made. So if we can change over to that camera, and we may have an Obulus shot on goal.
He's used the 4-inch dodge and the sprint at this point.
There we are. So you see,
And they just are making the measurement now. Oh, so close.
He does have influence left.
So we're going to try and get at least one success for the
Yep.
momentous 1-inch dodge.
Hitting gas costs 2 to attack him.
Oh,
the
right,
first
right.
time,
Yeah, that's gassed.
So 6 dice. Looking for 3s and 1.
Should still work.
Just a bit. He needs 1 hit to dodge that.
Yeah.
That is easily 1 inch.
Well, and it generates a...
Oops, sorry. I was just sorting out the camera still there.
So there we go. He's got the hit.
There we are. Gets the hit. So just 3. I'm going to see a 1-inch dodge forwards and then shot on goal, I reckon.
If he's got 2, he might hit gassed again. Get the bonus time.
Yes.
Momentum. I think those 2 there that we see kind of close to the white line are Obuluses.
Yeah. He's unspent. So wanting to stay within 2 of gassed, then disengage, and take that shot.
Yep. So here he goes. Moves to the very edge of engaging gassed. Makes that second attack we were just talking about.
So
Try to grab another momentum.
Hope his dice don't fail him like he did on the shot earlier.
Well, gassed a little easier to hit than the goal.
Oof.
Close.
Close. Cutting it fine.
Just enough.
Guess what he needs, though? That 1-inch dodge
Oh,
forwards.
yeah, that's plenty.
And shot on goal. Taking the 2-inch dodge. Must have momentum stored up already.
Must. I thought he just had the 1.
I
Oh, it's off. Oh, he's got it off to the side on a counter.
Yep.
What I was looking at was
screamer.
whoa.
Very
Not
nice.
just in, but a screamer.
making up for the miss earlier there with the screamer from Obulus.
The miss.
He's got it out. Oh, put it away, Steve. Oh dear. No one wants to see that. There are kids watching, maybe.
Everybody's watching.
Everyone's watching. The whole world.
It's the World Championships. Here live, STEAMCON 2016.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not getting the year wrong, trying to remember the right season.
Yeah.
We do have lots of great stuff coming for you in 2017.
Oh, yes.
In Guild Ball, in Dark Souls, in other stuff we can't even talk about.
Yeah.
Lots of great new things on the horizon. If you missed the keynote from STEAMCON.
Oh, that's a lovely ball scatter.
Interesting.
Straight towards bone-activated Obulus.
That does put Jordan in position to take back 4 points.
Yep.
But yeah, if you did miss the keynote or some of the other live streams we've had this weekend, check it out on the Steamforged website. There will be links.
Yep.
And you can catch up on that. Or if you want to watch this again
and
enjoy our voices one more time.
Our dulcet tones one last time. You'll be able to hear that. The keynote will be going out Monday 28th. The Dark Souls will need approval before it goes out.
Right.
And these videos will be going out as soon as possible, really.
What did you think of the Dark Souls playthrough?
It was fantastic. I was sat in Twitch chats, answering people's questions, and they seemed to be loving it. And I was listening along myself. It was very odd. I was sort of 2 seconds behind you.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I'd hear you guys laugh, and then I'd hear you guys laugh again as the same joke got made again. I'm like, I know.
At the second time, you would know why we laughed. Yeah. Yeah, I had so much fun with that. Possibly the best vidcast. No, I'm not even going to say possibly. That was the best vidcast experience I've ever had. That was so much fun.
It was good. Everyone got into character.
Yeah.
You know, people were loving it. There was Captain Reliable, Dodgy Matt. Hashtag Blame Matt became quite a popular hashtag. Like, they're going into this room again. If they die, hashtag Blame Matt.
Yep. Although I regret to say I was the one who died last. All right, so moving up Casket, I think.
Yeah, he's
coming back onto the pitch.
Righty. So it looks like we're onto a new turn. Are we on a new turn? No.
No, not with all that.
Oh, it's
influence
silence
still
has
on.
triggered. Again, just seeing Obulus activate again, but he's triggered unpredictable movement, maybe, with silence. I guess he's just plotting out the best path.
And also figuring out how exactly that's going to work with the low wall there.
Yeah. Well, stay in cover whilst getting out of them melee zones.
Yeah, disengage from Dirge and silence is
All right, I think
definitely helpful.
We're being moved over onto the table 2.
Here we see our Alchemist Mortician game once again.
Yeah. So I believe that we've got a potential goal run with Obulus here. He Puppet Master Decimate to make a pass to him. He was successful with that pass from the Alchemist players and is now making his way towards goal. He's still got, by the looks of it, a stack of influence on him, so... Is it? No,
So he might be trying to get a takeout on Hemlock, maybe? I think that's who that is.
No, the one with the grass base, that's Decimate.
Gotcha.
And I believe that is a goal from Obulus.
Brings it to 8-4?
8-4.
Maybe. 6-4.
6-4,
Excuse us.
Sorry. 8-4. 10-4.
10-4.
Sorry.
Numbers.
We're giving hand signals that we're just not reading.
So just for reference, some of the helpful things that you guys can see at the bottom of your screen, they're not part of our live cameras. They're just part of what goes out to the stream. So if you're like, how are these guys not know what they're talking about? It's right there.
We're seeing the raw footage coming
Raw
through.
footage.
Yeah, so Obulus takes the shot. Got it. And it's 10-4 to Tim.
And kicking it back out.
Yeah. It all seemed to start so well for the Alchemists.
Yeah, it has slid a bit downhill. With Morticians just needing one takedown for the victory, that's a rough spot for the Alchemists to be in.
Yeah. And we scored those 4 points initially in turn 1.
Right.
And then it must have just been nothing after that.
Well, I mean, we were talking earlier about how no matter how the game looks at a given point, nobody is out of it yet.
No,
it always comes down to the wire. We've seen such amazing comebacks.
We've hardly seen any AoE rings out this time.
That's true.
Like compared to the last game, there's been no poison spread around. There's been very few fire spread around. I think Smoke's plan to go kill those two Greed and
the two smaller models there, yeah.
Yeah, has left the condition game not happening, which means that the Morticians haven't had that urgency to heal or...
Right. Well, the other piece of that is these Morticians have been so much more spread out than the Fishermen.
Yes.
Even to nab Greed and Dirge, it was a very tricky sort of play that required spreading out not just the models, but the AoEs and just barely kind of having the room to make all of that happen.
Yeah, so we just had word as well that Newton's Obulus has been knocked down by Gast. That's what we saw him dodge away, and we can see on our other screen that we'll probably switch to later on that the yellow Obulus is being dogpiled a little bit by what looks like everyone.
Well, let's switch on over to that for a minute here. See how that's going down. Can see, yeah, not a whole lot of ganging up because Obulus was able to dodge away from Dirge and Silence. If he hadn't, he would be in some serious, serious trouble right now. But with those die rolls, he's in some trouble anyway.
Yeah.
So the golden cloaked Obulus taking some damage while knocked down, and already with a push.
Yes, this is coming from Avarice, so most of his damage that is momentous has pushes attached to it.
Yep, getting him
get him out of that cover.
Ideally out of the cover. Ideally, he would want to get him back into more gang ups.
Yeah. I think knockdown and out of cover is just as good at this moment in time than...
Well, I mean, depends on... Oh, right, the other Obulus hasn't activated yet. Oh, but he wants to get the goal. He's not going to finish off Obulus.
Oh, he's eyeing up Dirge. But...
We are still tied on this game, 4-4.
So we just had a note from one of the guys stood around that both of these guys obviously have their own podcast, and both are saying how they don't listen to each other's podcast. They don't listen to each other's podcast, but their own one is worse than the others.
Yeah.
It's a strange sort of interaction between players there. I don't listen to yours, but I just know I'm terrible. So.
Yeah, I don't listen to it, but it's probably better than mine.
Yeah.
Wow, so the ball is going to be left off to the side, over in the cover. Forget about the ball. Obulus is killing Obulus.
Yep.
Not killing.
taken.
He's
Yeah.
just the Physicians Guild is going to come in. They're going to help apothecaries. They're going to help him out. He'll be totally fine.
Oh yeah, he'll be back immediately, no doubt.
Just have gaping whatever stick wounds in him.
Yeah. So yeah, so Jordan's Obulus has gone in for the kill here, and we can see him with his stack of 8 and tooled up, I believe, from earlier on. Was it from Rage?
Maybe,
Was that
but he
the other
doesn't
game?
need it at this point.
No, not really.
This is going to happen. A dodge,
Dodge.
and then a sprint back to the ball.
I see him a Puppet Master back, maybe?
Yeah, Puppet Master back. Yep, you're right. So now that he's sitting on 6 momentum, decides to let somebody else finish off Obulus so his Obulus can get the ball back and still be in strong position
place
for that goal.
Sneaky
that
little
goal.
move from Obulus there to run in, do some
Yeah.
punching.
With it
Get
being
it
the
out.
last activation of the game, that makes of the turn, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Very clever play from Jordan there.
Absolutely. Keeps the ball in his control for a couple more activations.
Yeah. I guess, obviously, the writing's on the wall for Obulus, the yellow Obulus there, so not much going on him. It now becomes a question of, do you leave him until later in the turn, or do you just see it
I
done?
don't think you ever leave Obulus. I mean, between Shadow-like and Unpredictable, I don't think it makes sense to leave him there for even one activation. Although, let's see what the top players in the world decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 influence on the bird, or 2 influence on the bird, next to the goalpost on the left-hand side. Yeah. An interesting play from the bird. We're going to see a charge and a singled out, maybe.
It can be very useful. Often it's just kind of
It's a
move
bonus.
in and singled out rather than charge in, but depending on the target's defense, that's not always a possibility.
Yeah. Currently the game is still at 4-4, so it's anyone's game, but I'd say from this turn we can see a +6 VP swing.
Yeah,
in Jordan's
I
favour.
could easily see Jordan grabbing 6 VPs on this turn.
Yeah. The score on the other game still 10-4 to Tim. So we just had comments here that because of what the occurrences on the table were, we've just seen a tooled up mist.
Wow, don't see that every day.
No.
Off on the other table,
Oh,
we
we've just switched
have
away.
seen Obulus taken out. So Obulus has fallen, makes the game now 6-4 in Jordan's favor.
Yeah. With his Obulus still sitting on 8 influence and
The ball, and plenty close enough to the goal.
Yeah. I mean, his threat range is good enough anyway, but yeah. Over on this game, though, it's becoming these alchemists do love to fight, don't they? They seem to have ended up in a
they've been spending too much time at Brewer Pub.
yeah. I mean, I guess if you can get Flask to charge in and
try and do
try
the
and intensify,
super
it
intensify.
works, as long as there's conditions out. But we just don't seem to be seeing the conditions coming out in this game.
Yeah.
And that's what smoke does. And I don't obviously, I'm not out there playing. I don't see exactly what's going through their minds. But for me, as a smoke player, when I play, the condition game is the primary thing you're looking for, as
Right.
well as goals. The ball's on smoke, so there's potential there. But really, you want your support pieces to be putting those conditions out. And
This is the first time all game, though, we've really seen any of the Union players bunching up.
Morticians?
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got a Union player.
They've
It
got
counts.
some players, yeah. Yeah, so we might see a flame, a fire AOE from Mercury there into it. Get the fire out. I'm not sure where Hemlock is. I think she came on the far side of the pitch, up on the top, just to keep herself safe with her 3.
Well,
HP.
and the problem is it's down to time now. With Tim sitting on 10 victory points, it really just means any player he can get to and put enough focus on to take them out.
So
It's
we've just had word
interesting.
from the runner on this game. They said that he is 10-4 down, Steve, but can probably kill Obulus this turn, and he has the ball. And Tim only has Mist with influence left, so potential for +6 to bring it back to 10-10.
That would be interesting to see.
Yep.
Take us right back into that very, very close game space.
Yep. I mean, this is what I found when I was playing the Smoke Alchemists at the British Championships that they did quite a lot, was that you might start losing the VP race, but then you'll have this one turn where you get that big surge of VPs, and you really come back into the game.
It's also worth noting that
over on the Steve Newton game, Newton, whose Mist was tooled up. Oh, no, not his tooled up. Mist has taken out Dirge to take it to 6-6.
it's what you like to see. Mist is the king of takeouts.
Yeah. Couldn't score a 4-dice goal. Did kill the bird.
Well, that's something. One of the things that I was starting to say is that it's worth noting that all of these players have had a busy weekend. Some of them are running on virtually no sleep, or have been going through various other events during the weekend and doing other activities. So these guys aren't necessarily even playing at their best, potentially.
Oh.
But we've got a lot of really good plays that we're seeing here. A lot of creativity, a lot of strong comebacks. These guys are – it's why they're at the top of their game, why they're national champions and last chance qualifier champions and so forth.
Oh, we've just seen – oh, didn't work. We just saw Obulus puppet master the ball off Mist. I believe it's Mist or whoever this character is on the bottom of the Alchemist pile to pass to Obulus. Obulus used the pass to make a snapshot. Unfortunately, didn't make the shot.
Was it a 2-die snapshot, or did he have enough to bonus time it? 2-die snapshots are rough.
But if he gets
it wins you the game. Yeah, fair enough.
You know, if you can see, it's also, from where the ball's landed there, it has put the ball off of Smoke and into a sort of a dead space of the game, really.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we have a word from the runners that Mist is on 7 hit points at the moment. Obulus is down to 4.
And Tim has no momentum and can't generate any more this turn.
So there will not be any healing on those Mortician players.
No. It's going to put them both down to 6 and 3 during the maintenance phase because they look to be both on fire currently.
Yep. And we've still got some Alchemist influence on the table.
Yeah.
So they might not even be there.
No, Mercury with 2 and Smoke with 2, it looks like. And Mercury there moving up into cover. Staying within range of Mist, maybe? Or is he going to take the parting blow? Oh, he took the parting blow. 4s and 1. 1 hit, you 1 damage. Mercury with his 2.
And I believe Mercury was in very good shape health-wise before that, so no significant risk to take a parting blow.
Oh, Easton has 4 influence on Smoke and 3 on Mercury. So what would look like there was a flame jet onto Midas to try and finish him off at the end of it. But
onto Obulus?
Onto Obulus, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say something else?
Maybe.
Okay, what did I say?
You said Midas.
Did I say Midas? Oh, dear.
That's all right.
Yeah, so Mercury onto Obulus. It doesn't look like he made the...
Yeah, no, he was distraught with that roll.
Yeah.
Would have been enough to kill him with the fire
damage next turn. Yeah, because there's 3 damage. He has 4 left. 1 in the maintenance phase that cannot be cleared, but he has unfortunately missed it on those 3 dice.
So just to keep you abreast of the other table as well, we had very interesting play. Obulus Puppet Master Dirge into combat to then gain a gang up bonus and then bought a bunch of attacks. Interesting choice. There has to be something else going on there beyond what we're seeing from the runners.
I think it was the Jordan's Obulus Puppet Mastered Steve's Dirge in
Oh, to kill Dirge. Gotcha,
try
gotcha.
and
That
kill
does
Dirge,
make
yeah.
way more
Makes
sense.
more sense, yeah. He unfortunately didn't kill him,
Not quite enough.
but it looks like Rage. If we flip over to that screen, it looks like Rage has just made a charge in against Dirge. So we'll see how this goes. If Rage can claim another name.
Doesn't look like he's dead yet.
Did some damage with the charge. Next
Here
one.
we got the
7
Berserk
dice.
attack.
5s. That's another 1. Apologies.
By an attack. Yep.
One
Gets
more
it in.
damage.
And the Berserk attack
Looks
for
like-
the finishing it.
Yep. And he does have bleed.
And
after
there's
this,
bleed.
so,
Right.
you know,
And it's generating momentum all the time. I
Exactly.
would not be at all surprised if the plan was not to kill Dirge. The plan was to get him bleeding. Possibly Obulus was using attacks. Maybe he hit, maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
If he did hit, he might have just chosen Momentous Dodge or something.
Yeah.
Just build up that big pool that you see on Jordan's goal marker.
Yeah.
We know that he was able to do this last turn as well. Just gets the run on that initiative roll.
Yeah. He's going to secure the first turn, take out Dirge, puts him onto 8. Loses the momentum, so probably needs to go and deal with Avarice.
Well, Andy's still sitting on that goal.
And he's still sitting on the ball. Yeah,
Or
so,
ball.
Well, yeah,
It's not a goal.
It might as well be though at this point. That's what he's keeping.
Oh, and Jordan looks like he rolled a 6 for initiative, just to make sure.
Rub salt in the wound, as it were.
Salt's not in this game.
Salt's not in this game, no. Rub Dirge in the wound. Dirge dies from bleed.
Brings it to 8-6.
Yep.
And with initiative, with the fat stack on Obulus,
Yeah, it looks like.
grab some momentum off of Avarice, boot the ball in the goal,
Yep.
and
Finish it off.
then miss the 3-die goal.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Well,
the game's still not over.
It's not over at all, no. But what I think we'll see is potentially walk around to the other side of Avarice, hit him, dodge, to the extremity of the two. When he's happy, jump into near enough base contact with the goal, so that when he makes the shot, if the ball scatters, it just
It
hits
still
the,
lands
yeah,
on him.
lands on
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
Re-snaps back to him.
Yep.
It doesn't end your activation because you've not scored. You take another shot.
Yep. Yeah, as long as he can generate enough momentum, which he can on that giant pile of influence.
An update on their clocks. Steve Newton has 6 minutes remaining on clock, whilst Jordan has 22 minutes.
So Jordan is looking like he's in pretty good shape at the moment.
Yep.
Let's see how this ends up here.
Yep.
Gonna bring back on whoever got taken out to try and block the goal.
Just whilst this is going on in the
Oh, Obulus, right?
of course, yeah.
And now he gets his own fat stack.
Yeah. But will it matter?
That's the question. It's possible. It's unlikely at this point.
Yeah.
It seems like we might be watching the end here.
Yep. Just news on the other game whilst this is going on. Steve used Smoke to go and hit Rage, generate a bunch of momentum, got to 4 MP whilst Tim was on 0, and they will be rolling off shortly, I believe, to see who gets initiative.
All right, so Obulus shadow-liked. He is not. He hasn't even moved yet. He just shadow-liked and is now dodge momentum building.
Yep.
Along
Extremity of
Avarice.
2. So we generated 2 so far.
Continues along his way.
Yep. There, it looks like he's taking the 2 down to 1 momentous damage for the tough hide, but it's momentum at the end of the day, and it progresses ultimately.
He's
backup
far
plan.
enough forward that he can now walk right up to the goal like you were talking about.
Yep.
And he's just trying to get enough momentum, and will probably then make multiple shots on goal if he needs to.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just heard. I just heard over the walls there that walk into base contact, 4 shots on goal, 2 with the bonus time, screamer to win the game.
Yeah, screamer to win the
Fantastic.
game.
Well done to Jordan there. If we move back over now to the remaining game, we can see this to its conclusion.
So Jordan Knox Alchemists, or Jordan Knox Morticians will fight against either the Alchemists or the Morticians, as we see from the conclusion of this game.
Yeah. So this must be the influence roll on 4+4. So like
with the bonus momentum, the initiative roll does go to the Alchemists after all.
Yep.
Would have been tough to lose a 4-0 momentum lead initiative roll, but I have seen it happen.
Yep. I just seen clock updates on these players. Tim on the left-hand side with the Morticians has 19 minutes remaining, while Stephen only has 7 minutes remaining, and is currently 10-4 to Tim. So definitely.
Well, with initiative, I don't think after the first activation it will be 10-4.
No, I think we see potentially another flame jet from Mercury to finish off Obulus.
Potentially?
Because he's got 3 health left. It's 3 dice and a 4+. You should hit that.
Well, and possibly even fill up Mercury all the way, because that's potential of 5 influence.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe kill Obulus and try to finish off.
Throw the burning out.
What's that?
Throw the burning out, or just get some more hurting on Mist.
Yeah, get some more, because it could possibly be 2 takedowns. He's not terrible in.
He's not terrible
with
in
attacks.
Combat. I believe Mist will be on 6 health after the burning from down from 7. With 2 influence.
I thought he suffered a couple more last turn.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, that's not going to do the trick. But still, wear him down. Let somebody else finish the job.
Yeah.
Would be with a gang up there, it looks like.
It's interesting that Steve isn't putting any influence on Decimate over in the corner there. Because Decimate's your perfect finisher for these situations.
Right.
I mean, Rage is hanging around there in the middle with quite a few crowding outs.
Right.
She could generate 4 MP very reliably, 8 damage onto him, and then, for next turn, or if Vitriol can then finish him off.
Oh, looks like we're seeing a
Cloud jump?
Yeah, is that a cloud jump over to Obulus?
I guess we're thinking cloud jump. He's got 3 health left. 6. Oh, yeah, it's not 6 dice. It's 4 dice. Oh, it's dicey.
That's interesting.
Brave. I mean, she's got 1 damage on 1 because everyone does. That's 1 damage. 2 left. Again.
It's an interesting direction to go with it, though.
Yep. 1 damage. 1 left. Need this to be successful again. I mean, he's got a few swings at it. 1 damage.
Finishes it.
That's Obulus gone. Immediate response gives him 2 MP. Played the plot card there.
Does put Tim on some momentum. Brings the score to 10-6.
6.
Mortician's still leading.
Smoke still yet hasn't moved, so I assume we'll see pick up the ball and pass to someone else, maybe?
Yeah, certainly not to Decimate with 0 influence. Well,
you could, you could just
yeah, she could drop snap it.
Yep.
Considering the options, how do
you get yourself out of this? I mean,
yeah.
It's 10-6. You need to score 6 more points whilst not having anyone taken out.
Yeah,
It's
that's
tough.
the tough part.
That's tough. I mean, the brawlers aren't particularly here for the Morticians. There's no big guy up there. Rage is the only person left.
Yeah, Rage is a great one, but the problem is Rage has how many crowd outs?
Exactly, and is engaged. So
yeah,
his big charge.
Yeah. No Furious.
Oh, he's just missed the pass. Football is not going well for this tournament so far.
No. Well, there have been some good
Yeah.
ones. I mean, we had a Morticians team win with 3 goals.
Very true.
That's
Very
some
true.
serious footballing.
But probably not the MP and the dodge that was wanted from
Right. Yeah, because the dodge would have.
Oh, that's a wide ball.
Dodge
Still,
would have been.
It's not
good for
terrible
getting
where
into
it's landed
position.
up. I mean, it probably just means that next turn you can do it instead of this turn.
If there is a next turn.
If there is a next turn, yeah. But then down in the Alchemist area, all I can see really is Mist and Rage. Silence and Avarice are up there defending the goal.
Yep.
Obulus has been taken out. We've not got Greed. We've not got Dirge. And Rage and Mist, I think Mist is going to
It's
going for it.
don't always see power plays quite this extreme in Guild Ball with
We might actually see
3 players off the field.
No. Could this be a missed goal coming up, though?
Looks like that's the plan.
I need that 8-inch stick. See if it fits.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, we'd need to. So, 1 for the 4-inch dodge, 1 for the sprint, 1 for the shot. At some point, probably after the 4-inch dodge, you'd need to make the attack to dodge again.
Well, or drop a cloud before sprinting.
Yes, very true. Well thought. Oh, that was it.
That's
was
so that.
They planned it out.
So yep. So Mist came on over, grabbed the ball, took the shot, and even with one model in the way, was able to successfully make it.
Yeah, with the 2 MP for immediate response there, secured the goal because you take the shot and bonus time. The 1 lost from smoke didn't make a difference in the end.
Right.
It's down to 3 and goal.
So we now know it is going to be a Morticians versus Morticians final here.
Between Tim WICHNIOWSKI and Jordan Knack.
Yep, so we've got the German national champion against the United States national champion for our finals that we will be bringing you shortly. Stay with us.